Hey everybody, so I'm taking this video on the CASEVAC 9 line and the ZMIST. Before I get started, like I said in the last video, pardon my walls looking like shit. This house is old. I'm repainting everything. I was testing out greens. That is not the green, but there will be a green eventually. Anyway. Casualty, evacuation 9 lines, and the ZMIST. So these are things that you would communicate if your buddy got a damn hole in them or whatever. This 9 line is on the back of the kill card that I found. And then I've also got my 9 line. I used to carry this admin panel right on the front of my plate carrier, and if I open this little deal and pull this down, I have upside down to you, but if you're looking down at it, it is correct for me. I hand wrote out the 9 line, the ZMIST, and the UXO IED report, stuff that you would need to call up if like stuff was going on. So I'm just going to go through what the 9 line and ZMIST are. The 9 line is what you give to hire for them to probably send a helicopter with medical people to do a casualty evacuation. And then the ZMIST is like extra information about what is up with the casualty. If I remember right, the 9 line was more important than the ZMIST. I could have that backwards. Oh, and if you don't know the context for this, as in the Marines, we practiced what to do if people got shot, like you'd kind of expect. So this is some stuff that we trained on a bunch. So reading down the 9 line on this hand wrote deal that I've apparently had for, let's see, I had this in between use, so I have had this way for at least 8 years or so. So first thing, pickup grid. That is not where the casualty is, that is where the bird needs to go to pick up the casualty. Second thing is the frequency and call sign. So whatever the radio frequency is that you're using and the call sign of your unit, that is obviously the radio frequency that you're using that the bird is going to need to get on so he can call you and ask you what is up. And call sign is the name of your unit. My platoon was known as Beast back then. I think they are Blackbeard now, which is cool. Apparently they have a flag, which is badass. Yeah, call sign and frequency. Number 3 on the 9 line is the patience by precedents. So one of the nice things about this kill card is it had the options wrote down. I probably had them memorized. Otherwise, I probably would have wrote it down too. But here on the kill card, the patience by precedents are urgent, surgical, priority, routine, and convenience. So those are in order of most severe, kind of. I think urgent and urgent surgical got kind of put together. And then routine and convenience also got put together. I don't remember either of those, actually. We only had 3, urgent, priority, and routine. So here it says urgent, 1 hour. Urgent is anything like legit serious. So if somebody's got like an arterial bleed, that is urgent. If somebody's got a sprained ankle, that might be priority. It might be routine depending on how bad it is or how not bad it is. Routine, that could be something like blisters, I guess. But really the only time we ever talked about routine was if somebody was dead. because it's not a hurry to evac somebody that doesn't need your help anymore. So routine, probably dead. Okay, next thing. Moving swiftly along. Special equipment. So here on the kill card, that is saying the options are none, extractor equipment, a hoist, or a ventilator. So does the bird need to bring fancy stuff to take care of whatever is going on? Next thing, the number of patients by type. The two types are litter and ambulatory. I don't know why they use such a big word to mean they can fucking walk, but ambulatory means they can walk, and litter means they can't. That doesn't necessarily mean, like, if they're litter, they might be conscious, they might not be conscious. Either way, they're not moving themselves. Next thing, security at the pickup site or the enemy situation at the pickup site. So the kill card says there's no enemy, possible enemy, enemy troops, caution recommended, enemy troops, armed escort recommended. If there's bad dudes, you tell them. So maybe they shoot them on their way in. Medivac and CASEVAC. I believe Medivac are the helicopters with the red crosses on them without guns that the bad guys are not supposed to shoot at, but the bad guys are bad guys and shoot at those things. So the Marine Corps does not do Medivac, they only do CASEVAC. So any birds coming in are armed and are ready to fight their way to you and then fight their way out. This is the way. Marking at the site. The stuff written on the kill card are panels. So man, what is the name of the thing? Air panel. That's what it is. A bright ass orange on one side, pink on the other. Panel is one way to mark your landing site. Other things we have are, what is that word? Oh, pyrotechnics. If you're blowing shit up. Smoke, none or other. So, smoke. Thing about marking your LZ, your landing zone, with smoke. When you throw smoke, you don't tell them what you are throwing. You tell them that you are throwing. I think that comes from a Vietnam thing. You throw the smoke. They tell you, hey, I see green smoke. You say, bullshit, I threw blue smoke. Probably don't go over there. That is why you don't say what color smoke you are throwing. Because if the bad guys are listening, they may throw the same smoke, throw up your bird, comes down in the wrong spot, and they smoke your medics. And that's bad. Don't say what color smoke you're throwing. The other thing, literally, other. Other could be, and this came up, it was really interesting. This came up, one of the dudes, he was very new while we were training. He said that they were going to mark the LZ by muzzle flash. That's not... That was frowned upon. We'll just go with that. Muzzle flash was frowned upon. I think tracers, if I remember right, muzzle flash kind of frowned upon because whose muzzle is flashing, we don't know. But tracers, American tracers are red, if I remember right. They're red. So if you were smoking off with some tracers that were red and nobody else was, that's one way you could mark an LZ. Probably not a great way to do it. Okay. LZ marking, number 8. Patient nationality and status. Like, no offense to everybody else, but I think these are written in order by priority. U.S. military. That's probably the priority. U.S. citizen, non-U.S. military, that's going to be friendly military. Non-U.S. citizen, that is non-combatants. And any non-combatant that is not an American falls under non-U.S. citizen. Last one, EPW, that's enemy prisoner of war. They can fucking wait. And if they die, that's their own problem. Like, you're not going to just let a dude die, but if the bird has to prioritize who they're going to go help, EPW's probably at the bottom of the damn list. It's war, man. Last thing, NBC contamination. NBC stands for nuclear, biological, chemical. So, that doesn't get used a whole lot, thankfully. But if there is a nuclear issue, the bird come in, probably want to know. Any biological, whatever the hell, I don't even know what would fall in under that, but they'd probably want to know. Chemical, that doesn't necessarily mean like mustard gas. Sure, that's like the easy one, mustard gas. But if the bad dudes are throwing like CS gas, birds are gonna want to know. And put their masks on before they come down. They're going to know that. This kill card has a 10 line, and the 10th line is patient information. That is basically covered in the ZMIST. So this video is already way too long. Yeah, kind of a morbid thing, I guess. I mean, you're kind of like practicing what happens if your buddy gets shot. So that's kind of fucked up. But it is what it is. 9 lines of ZMIST. If you're in the infantry, you should probably know those things. And if you are in the military, like at all, like the actual military, no offense, people that don't like deploy and do infantry things, but combat arms, we'll go with that. For combat arms, those are things you should know. It's pretty fucked up if you don't. So that's all I got. Kind of a weird topic. Doesn't really apply to much, but now you know. See y'all.